1 second. I'm so sorry. I'm actually waiting for, yeah, there. Oh, wrong click. Okay. Just making sure of everything. Sorry for the. Okay, wait. There you go. Yeah, there. Gee. So what is up, you guys? It's me again, your girl Raya, back again with another live stream. And I don't know if my mic actually sounds okay, if it's too loud, or it sounds, I don't know, sabog. Please let me know, by the way, on the comment box how the mic actually sounds. No, we got outbid kasi last 5 seconds, hindi tinanggap yung ibang ano namin, tokens. Kaya ang naglalaban-laban ngayon yung mga nasa cross server lang, hindi kami nakapag-war. Sounds too loud? Okay, I knew it. I had that feeling that it was too loud. So how about now? Is it any better? Do I sound better? Is it too loud? O, diba? Meron tayo ano. Meron akong parang taga-check. Ayan. How about this sound? How about this one? Is it any better? Is it too loud still? Ah, okay. So the mic is okay. So the mic is okay. The sound's too loud. Okay, how about now? Sensya na, hindi ko natimple. Hindi ko natimple yung sound system. Hindi ko natimple yung mic. How about now? Is it any better? Sabihan niyo ako Mahina na yung mic. Okay, ito. Okay na. Is it any better? Okay na. Ayan. Nalilito ako. Like, I wanna make sure that it sounds okay. Kasi syempre, of course, I have a habit of explaining things, especially on my live stream. So, yun. So, okay na. Okay na the sounds. Okay na the mic. All good? Okay. Sana okay. Chi, kung nanonood ka, okay yung sounds? Ayun. Teka. Kasi the last time, lakas yung music, konti lang. Okay. About now, yan. Okay na? Konti lang. Okay na? Sorry Kasi wala pong ano. Okay na? Parinig nga. Parinig. About now, yan. Okay na? Parang okay na. Okay na, okay na. Nag-echo Nawala, ayun, nilaksan ko ng konti. Okay na? Wala po, hindi po na. Mahina lang wala. Okay na. Wala kaming timang, di ba? Ayun. So, as you guys can see on the description of the live stream, for today we are going to talk about Spirit Rebirth. So, this is actually one of the things that has been added in the game. And, of course, my job is to actually explain how this works. So, this will also be posted, by the way, on YouTube. This is also available on my Twitch. May kalain niyo, may Twitch ako. And then also, of course, this is ongoing live on my Facebook page. So, yun. So as you guys can see, I also increased my BP a little bit. So medyo may laban-laban na tayo ng very, very light. I haven't really achieved what I wanted to achieve for my character, pero so far okay na yan. So we're gonna go to Spirit, and also I'm also going to try to talk about the Spirit gears, how important it is, how it works, how will it benefit you, and all those yada yada yada. Okay? So as you guys can see, my current spirits right now is a broken spirit relation. If you guys are wondering if this is the perfect spirit for diviners or whatever, it's not. Okay, the only reason why I chose this spirit combination is simply because this is what I personally need. This is what I need. Okay, it's not something that you guys should copy because kung gagayahin nyo siya, siguraduhin nyo na naayon din siya to your stats. It's supposed to fit your stats, okay? And shout out by the way to Sunny. Hello Sunny. And I'm from server 292. Okay, I'm from server 292. I was originally from server 28, and then server 44, server 102. I'm everywhere. Okay, I'm everywhere. That's all I can say. So, hello, Ate Raya. Kung manonood ulit sa'yo. Siyempre, pa-shoutouts naman sa guild. And shoutout, by the way, to PH Pirates of Server 236. And hello, Tetro Gaming. Welcome to the stream. So, my spirits that I'm using right now is, of course, the Razor. And then we have Lamp Genie. I also have the Maiden and Golem. So if you guys are wondering what kind of relation I'm getting out of this, again, this is a broken spirit relation. And the only reason why I chose this relation because this is what my character personally needs. I had the other spirits. I had other spirits wherein I can add them up. Na-cross server namin si Laude. Ang malas nyo naman. Sa amin ang ka-cross server namin si M. Signer and then si Jenny. So we have Revenant and we also have Council. We have Elements also. Basta madami kami. Ang mga ka-server namin or the cross-server people that we have are from older servers. And thank you so much by the way sa 15 stars. So yeah, thank you. Heart heart. So again, my BP right now is 4.08 million at the moment. The last time I streamed, I was only 3.9 and I did tell you guys that do not be shocked if I increase my stats. I'm actually not done yet. Probably by next week, I will increase this again. I don't know to what extent, but I'm trying to aim for 10 million. Kasi ito na yung gagamitin ko. This is the character that I'm planning to use in the future for Majesty competition and all that stuff. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm improving the character. Because one of the reason why I chose to improve this character rather than focusing on the 10 million is simply because before you guys don't really see the growth in my character kasi I only showed the character that I use for trial and error. So you guys do not really see how it grow, you know, how the character grows kasi very stable lang lagi ako on a specific BP. But now, I kind of change ways and I kind of want to use the character that I normally play. So, and this is the character that I normally play. Again, this is from server 292. So, if you guys see server 288 to 296 in your cross-server bracket, then that means you guys will be fighting with me. Yan. New gamer lang kasi ako, 600 pa lang BP ko. I see. But don't worry because if you guys have questions, like I said, as always on my live stream, just post your questions there and I'll try my best to answer them the best of my knowledge. But for now, we're gonna try to focus on the topic. Total, hindi naman kami nagwa-war. So, going back, like I mentioned earlier, this is the spirit combination that I'm using, and personally, this combination focuses more on the damage. Okay, this is a damage / durability type of combo. Okay, meron ka nakita na elemental refine sa gear, saan kaya pwede malaman i-option. And I don't think that it is already available. I think it's parang alam nyo naman guys, whenever you guys see some materials that you guys can't use yet, it simply means that it's not available yet for now. Syempre guys, they've already released such a huge update and the update itself is kind of affecting a lot of players, especially the iOS players right now. They are experiencing a lot of problems and they are experiencing a lot of bugs, I guess. I'm not really an iOS player, so I don't experience anything. I am using an Android. I have a very old phone. No, not really old, but I have a good phone. I have a Samsung A6 Plus, and then I also at the same time I normally open my character on the PC, wherein I use LD Player, and the LD player is actually on the newest version. So I don't experience any lag or whatsoever. The only problem that I ever experience on my computer is when I am working, and at the same time, I have multiple emulators on the background while I'm working. So there is a tendency for my PC to stop, like it will crash. Pero other than that, I'm not really experiencing any lag or whatsoever on my character. Maganda po ba ang Purple Spirit? If you do not really have the budget to upgrade your characters, like the Star Up and the Awakening, I prefer that you stick with Purple Spirit for the meantime until you have enough materials to get or to upgrade a Gold Spirit. Kasi when I started at one point, no, when I started with 292, even though I already have the complete set of purple, the Gold Spirit that is hidden on my warehouse, I actually stayed with a Purple Spirit relation at first. I thank you so much, Marvin, for the 45 stars. Heart, heart. I actually stayed with the Purple Spirit until I reached 1.6 million. And the reason why I stayed with a Purple Spirit, no, I stayed with the Purple Spirit relation until I reached 1 million. And then by the time I reached 1.2 million, I changed the support spirit, this one. I changed it to Razor, Maiden, and Lamp Genie with really, really ugly stats. See, it's ugly. Pero wala na, wag na tayong choosy kung anong meron, yun ang gamitin, di ba? Kasi guys, you can improve that along the way, di ba? And then, after that, my main or my battle spirit for the longest time on my character was actually the Dragon Kid. So I stayed with the Dragon Kid until I reached 1.6 million. And then, when I decided to, jump into a Orange Spirit relation, I really thought that I can do Star 5 na that time. I really thought that I can. Pero when I tried it, I can only reach up to Star 4. I was really sad. Pero I didn't really have the goal to change. So, ayun, stuck. Ma'am Raya, ang Maiden, it's okay to put as Battle Spirit. That's a really good question, Prince. If you're going to be putting the Maiden as your battle spirit, you just have to be prepared that your character will not have that much of a damage. Okay? Kasi guys, just to explain, Angel to Diviner, Angel as well as Maiden, they have the same traits. Okay? Angel and Maiden, they have the same traits. When I say same traits, it means that these are the basic stats, and these are your multipliers, which is counted as your inner stats. If you choose a spirit that doesn't really give damage bonus and focuses on HP bonus and defense bonus, it means your character will be very durable, but the tendency is you will not have enough damage. So, for a BK, for diviners, it's okay to use these kinds of spirit, but again, be prepared that you might not have enough damage. You just have to keep that in mind. Okay? And hello RV, welcome by the way to the stream. Dual shield build, huh? Sasagutin ko na dapat kaso nung nabasa ko and then I heard myself saying dual shield, I'm like, sige, hampasin mo sila ng shield buong araw. Best spirit for MG Mag. That's a really good question. Actually, my partner is using an MG magic type. This guy here, Pogi kasi lagi ko yung partner. And if I remember it correctly, he's using Razor now, I think. Or he changed again. Kasi he always changed eh. Oh yeah, he's using Razor now. So, that's actually a legit good question. Clippard? That's a cute way of spelling your name. Clippards. So, if you're gonna be using... here's the thing. For Magic Gladiator Mage type, when you're trying to pick a spirit, you try to pick a spirit that increases your durability. And the reason why I say that is because Magic Gladiators, they are built to kill. Okay? Their traits or the specialty of a Magic Gladiator is their damage. Their damage and their range is crazy. And hi, Mac George. Welcome to the stream. And shout out also to MIB United. So, going back, their main traits is they have really really overpowered damage to the point na sometimes when you're fighting with a magic gladiator, mapapakamot ka na lang kasi makate talaga yung damage na. Their damage is crazy. But the problem is they are too soft. They are way softer. They are really really way softer than an archer because an archer has heal. A mage has a shield, but the magic gladiator doesn't have anything. Okay? So you just have to know the weakness and the strengths of your characters or the classes that you choose to make them OP. Ilan na BP ni Flare Wolf? Nag-quit na siya. I think 15 million if I'm not mistaken. So for the spirit again, you can use Razor, but I remember perfectly that when I was at 2.6 million and Heaven, his IGN by the way is red as Heaven, okay? That's his name. His name is Heaven. Yung nagbabasa ng kakaiba diyan, Heaven po basa diyan. Kasi guys my IGN means Gaia, which is the goddess of earth, and then he is Heaven. So like Uranus, goddess of sky. So we are heaven and earth, okay? So ito I remember when I was 2.6 million, he was 2.8. He originally used a golem. That was his main battle spirit. And it was so OP. Nakakainis. His character was so OP to the point that it was so annoying. The reason why it was annoying, because my damage was really good, but my damage wasn't going through him. So, busit na busit ako sa kanya. The difference that we have is 200k only. He was stronger than me before. Tapos, I remember I couldn't kill him. I really couldn't kill him. If I can only kill him if I come back to the same spot. Kasi he doesn't have heal, right? So he cannot heal himself. And I couldn't kill him. And then I asked him, why are you using golem? And then he said, because I don't have any heal and I don't really have whale right now. So I'm using golem to counter everything that you have. And I was like, it's effective. It's really effective. It's annoyingly effective. So maganda yung golem. Pero again, with golem, you just have to understand that golem might not really provide you good amount of HP. Tapos saktuhan lang. It's not really that OP. So you just have to know when exactly you have to use your star 5, which is the the anti-gravity formation. And what it does is it increases the player's dodge or flee, and that will last for 8 seconds. So para lang siya, yung effect niya guys, mas para sa akin mas malupit siya ng very very light kaysa sa Razor. Pero again, you just have to know the proper timing of using your 5-star spear, your 5-star skill. Paano po magpa 300 ng counter damage? 300%? Like, are you talking about percentage? I don't know if anybody has reached 300%, pero if you wanted to reach 300% for counter damage, that's very simple. You just have to find every spirit, every spirit that is available that has counter damage, accessory if there's accessory that has counter damage, and then try to focus on your master talent and fix it. If I remembered correctly, yeah, I knew it. I thought that he would be changing this one, or we will be changing this one, pero we didn't. There is counter. Ito, counter damage. You can go for counter damage here. My counter damage personally, my personal counter damage is, oh sorry, that's armor pen. My counter damage is 20%, but when Razor triggers the counter damage, it becomes 140%, I think. Counter damage. So yun. Pero okay pa rin Razor than Maiden. Okay, that's a good question. And I'm gonna answer that by providing you guys with information, because the way you choose your spirits, or it's up to you. Okay? It's up to you because it will be depending on your build. Alright? Now, I'll try to explain why it depends on your build. So the reason why I chose to use Razor rather than Maiden, because at the moment I'm trying to build my inner, and my elemental damage cannot really support me in a fight wherein it's not that deadly enough. If my elemental becomes deadly enough, then that means I can slowly transition into a maiden. And the reason why I say that is because if I transition into a maiden, then that means it will be so hard for my enemies to kill me. Wait, huwag kang tumawag! Nakalive ako! Pasaway talaga to si Mario. Mga kalaro ko sa dati kong game. Teka lang. Nakalive ako. Kukutosan kita sa gums. Tapos ayun, going back. If I transition to a maiden, like I said, it will be so hard for the enemies to kill me because that means it will increase my defense. Yun nga masaklap dun, hindi naman siya yung tumatawag. Iba yung tumatawag eh. It will increase my defense. See, because as you guys can see, ayun, tuloy nawala ako. The inner stats of the spirit will be defense bonus and HP. So this will be your multipliers if this will be your primary spirit. Ang sweet naman. Well, thank you. Kasi guys, I have friends also from my other game. I've played that other game for 5 years, so I'm very, very close with them. And I told him that stop calling me because I'm live streaming right now. And then he said, that's really good. At least I know you're okay now. So they're still checking. Natouch naman ako doon. Basta nandito lang ang PR. Love you guys, by the way, from Pinoy Rules. If you guys are from, if you're from Pinoy Rules, Arcane Legends, shout out sa inyo guys. I love you guys. Bait-bait niya talaga. Actually, there's a technique with Little Spirit. A lot of the players actually uses Little Spirit as their secret weapon. I remembered before when the players are in the 2 million range, kumbaga, when it wasn't really that easy to increase the BP, when players are stuck with 2 million to 2.5 million BP, a lot of the players are actually switching. Kumbaga, what they do is they have this extra little angel hidden in their backpack, and during battle, they actually switch the battle spirit. So that's what they do. It's really cool. Pa-shoutout sa Elements Alley. And oh yeah, ka-cross server ko kayo. Hello Elements! Welcome sa stream. So yun, it's actually good, pero angel spirit kasi, here's how I see it, okay? This is my personal opinion only. If it's not something that you guys agree on, okay lang yun. Kanya-kanya tayong opinion. When you're starting, and you don't if you're a free-to-play player and you're starting and you wanna be strong, gusto mong makasabay, diba? You really wanna catch up to most players. Did you guys know that you guys can actually start with a blue spirit for the meantime? And the reason why it's OP to start with a blue spirit when you're just starting is very simple. Blue spirit gives you a much easier way to increase the star up, to get, to also get a 5-star, a 5-star skill in a very cheap way. And also, it's so much easier to awaken. Diba? If you guys can unlock all of those with just a blue spirit, you will be a little bit more OP. Now, the only downside by using purple spirit, the biggest downside of using purple spirit is blue. The downside of using a blue spirit is the basic stats that you guys can get from a blue spirit is not really that enough. Okay? It's not that high. So that means you're getting good additions, but you're lacking on something. Kasi guys, for example, Little Angel, right? For the Little Angel, as you guys can see here, you're only stuck with one specific inner stats. Wala kang extra leche. Wala kang extra damage. It's just HP. But you guys can get this damage reduction of 16%. And it also restores 5% of your HP every second for the next 5 seconds. So it's actually okay to use, to switch, use it for 5 seconds and then switch back to your main battle spirit just to get that, just to get that 5% restoration, which is what a lot of players were doing when they were at 2 million to 2.5. But once you reach 4 million and mga kalaban mo 4 million and then you decide to do that, pag hinampas ka na ng bigla dyan, at biglang nag 1 bar ang buhay mo, ako na nagsasabi sa'yo, sayang ang effort. So no. So again, this one is good because again, it's so easy to start it up. So that means it will provide you good amount of HP. It will provide you good amount of wind elemental. But again, what you're gonna be lacking here would be the base stats. And the talent stats most of the time of Blue Spirit is not that good. So may good side and then may downside. Pero again, as long as you know what you're doing, you can pull up the stats somewhere else. So it's okay. Pag Purple Spirit then, it's the same. So for example, when I'm using Purple Spirit before, I was using Dragon Kid. It provides me damage bonus, or it provides me dual inner stats increase, which could be damage bonus, HP bonus, defense bonus, or whatever, depending on the spirit that I choose. The only problem with the Purple Spirit is the Purple Spirit relation. Because the relation for Purple Spirit is not really that high compared to a Gold Spirit, right? Or to a Orange Spirit. So, what players that use, the players that uses the Purple Spirit relation usually lacks inner stats. So, pag nagtanong ka sa naka-Purple Spirit relation, it's easy to identify a Purple Spirit user. If you ask them about their inner stats, if they say that their damage penetration is around 60-80% below, not even reaching 100, it means they're using purple. They're not using any orange spirit or any orange support spirit whatsoever. Kasi that's the downside of a purple spirit user. The inner stats will be a lot lower. Now, the good thing about the purple spirit user though is their elemental can be really, really deadly. Their damage bonus, HP bonus, and defense bonus can also be better. But what they will lack is the multipliers or the extra damage, like damage penetration, ignore defense, yung mga ganung extra. It's not enough. Kulang, bitin. Bitin na bitin siya. So yun yung mga downside, I guess, of a purple spirit user. Okay? Mas okay ba purple accessory na may relation o yung orange na walang relation? I remember RV before when I was starting on my server 28 character. I remember having a complete orange spirit relation already. But the problem was, I felt that I was stuck. I felt that I was stuck with my BP. Like it wasn't increasing enough. Kasi I couldn't rank it up and I couldn't awaken it because I didn't really have enough materials to do so during that time. So I remember what I did to improve the state of my accessory and also the BP and my inner stats or my elemental stats was I broke my spirit relation, my accessory relation. I removed 2 of them. I removed 2 yellows and then I switched them to 2 purples. And then what I did with the purple accessories was I started up to 3, I think, or 4, and then I awaken it to 3. Awaken 3 for both of the purple. So what I did was I didn't even care about the relation. All I was looking at when I chose the purple was I just look at what elemental they actually give. So during that time, I remembered may bug din ako. I'm experiencing bug. I can't remember. I think this is the one that I chose. Ito ba yun? Hindi eh. Ito. I remember using this one because like I said, I was using a Dragon Kid. So to improve my earth damage, I used this one. And then I awaken it to awaken 3. Then I also used this one. So I used this 2. And then after choosing this 2, to boost up my inner stat, I tried to find a purple spirit or a purple accessory with a really really good bonus stats. Kumbaga, hindi ko man mabawi yung nawala sa relation. Parang hugot yung ano. If I cannot, if I lost a lot for for breaking the relation of the spirit of the accessory, I try to boost it up by getting a good bonus stats. Nagigets niyo ba yung logic nun? Kasi guys, it's all about it's all about experimenting with your character. You just have to know your limit. Do not get frustrated if you cannot pay like how the other players pay in the game. They had the money, they had the resources, let them be. Kumbaga, do you. You focus on your character. You focus on what you can do and what you can control. Lagi ko naman sinasabi sa inyo yan. Kasi, if you guys keep on looking at what the other people can do, you'll forget the essence of your personal character. So, you focus on your character. Don't focus on them. May sarili silang diskarte, you have to have your own strategy. Okay? So don't mind them. Kumbaga, don't get frustrated if you guys are seeing that I have this kind of awakening, if I have this kind of star up. I can for now, 'di ba? But like I said, I created the character before wherein I didn't do all of this. But I was strong. So mas masakit kaya yun? Mas masakit kaya sa ego nila yun? Yung tipong napatay ka na naka-purple spirit lang? Sakit kaya nun? Hindi pong pag tinanong, ang sakit naman ng damage mo. Anong gamit mo? Dragon Kid. Di ba? Ganun lang yan. So, going back, let's go back to the topic. I'm so sorry if I got strayed away again. So, the rebirth system, by the way, guys, is very easy. It's very easy to understand. Uy! Thank you, Evan, for the 10 stars. Heart. Nagulat ako dun na. Napauwi na lang ako. Uy. Yun. So, going back to, teka lang, Rebirth the Spirit mo, patingin ko ng dagdag na stats. I want to show you, I actually wanted to reset this one, so at least you guys can see how this works. Ang pinoproblema ko lang, or the only problem that I am the reason why I'm kind of contemplating is my gold. So, it's already it's already at Rebirth 1. So, just to give you guys a heads up on how the Rebirth works, it's very simple. Once you reach level 400, you'll be given an option to rebirth your character. Now, for rebirthing your character, you will be needing some specific materials. Now, I don't have it here. Wait me 1 second. I think, Heaven, sa rebirth ka na ba? Teka nga. Ayun. So, if your spirit is not reborn yet, as it says here, kasi parehas kami. If your spirit is not reborn yet, after reaching 400, what you would be needing is 3 sacred stones, and then spirit rebirth stones. Now, if you guys are not familiar with spirit rebirth stones since it's new, anong 10? Hindi pa eh. Hindi ka pa rebirth eh. Saan naman saan galing to? Ayun. And hello Primo, welcome to stream. Sa akin, andito pa ba yung mats ko na yun? Wait nga. Madami ako nun eh. You rebirth chuchu. I think I don't know yet. I don't really have enough materials to max the rebirth to rebirth 2. Chine-check ko pa. Ayun, ito. So, this is the material that you guys actually need. So, this is called the Spirit Rebirth Stone. So, the Spirit Rebirth Stone, guys, you guys can actually purchase that. Hindi ko maalala kung saan ko siya pinurchase, pero na-purchase ko siya. So, I have a lot. Ang kulang ko na lang, dahil, kasalanan to ng katamaran ko talaga eh. Katamaran ko ang dahilan kung bakit hindi ko ma-rebirth to ng todo-todo. Ang kulang ko ito. This is what I'm lacking. And the reason why I'm lacking this one is because I am so lazy. I'm so lazy in digging. I don't wanna dig. And I haven't really opened Never mind. It was opened. War points. Baka nga sa war points ko nakuha. Alam ko bumili din ako. Hindi lang sa war points yan eh. Alam ko namili ako eh. Hindi ko lang maalala kung sa pack ko siya nabili, sa glyph pack, or sa diamonds ko siya nabili. Basta, may ugali kasi ako guys na kapag ako na aning-aning sa pamimili, kung ano nang binibili ko. Kaya yung mga materials ko maabot ng 1K, mga yung kala mo galit na, ayan, kagaya niyan, galit na galit sa mats, kala mo mauubusan, yung spirit source amulet na hindi ko naman magamit-gamit lahat, umabot na ng 10K, mahigit, aanin ko yan. Hindi ko pa nga na-ups yung iba. Wala lang, nakatago lang siya dyan. Like I told you guys, I'm a hoarder. I like hoarding my items. Oh. Yung character natin ang gaagawa ng space. I like hoarding my materials, so I just like having a lot of materials and then I just keep it there. So don't be too shocked if you guys see my character growing and growing and growing when it comes to BP. Tamad lang ako minsan mag-ups. Pero hindi pa tapos yan. Ayun. So once you rebirth your character, for those that are not really aware, what it will do to your character is it will increase the basic base stats. So once Rebirth is available, as you guys can see, it will stop increasing your damage bonus or HP bonus that your spirit actually provides as part of her, their basic stats. Once Rebirth is available, what it will only increase is this. Hi, Nicholas! And thank you, by the way, you like my Garuda. I really don't like calling Razor Garuda ang sagwa. Ang sagwa talaga, sorry ah. Utak ko talaga eh, no? Bago po Razor Spirit mo, kayong get stats. Ay, thank you! galing kay Heaven yan, na binuraot din ni Heaven sa iba. Kumbaga kasi kami dito bigayan eh. Madalas bigayan, burautan, ganun. Pag magkaka-guild. Pag magkakaibigan na. Pero pag kalaban, bahala sa buhay mo. Kumbaga mag-exist ka man dyan sa server, wala akong pakialam sa'yo. So, yan. Ang ini-increase niya, guys, is the basic base stats. So, physical attack, physical defense, magical defense, and then max HP. Now, you guys might be wondering, pero Raya, you're a diviner. Aanihin mo yung physical attack. Guys, wag na tayong choosy. Bakit? Hindi lang naman to pang diviner eh. Pang, it's for two purposes. It's for strength type and it's also for magic type. So, wag na tayong choosy. Kung tumaas man yan, okay lang yun. Hindi. Natatawa lang kasi ako. Ang sagwa kasi. Ewan ko, I don't know what kind of mentality I have. Pero the first time that I heard that the Razor is actually called Garuda in the West server, napapakamot ako. Ano spirit mo? Garuda. Buti na lang talaga Razor ang sa atin. At least medyo social pakinggan eh. Razor. Oh, di ba? Garuda. No. Ayoko talaga. Never ko talaga tatawagan to ano. Mamaw lagi ang diviner, lalo ang diviner archer. Actually, guys, the comments regarding the spirit, the classes are very, very split. Some players are saying that the diviner becomes useless. Some says na hindi naman daw nila ramdamang improvement ng archer. Either way, it's fine. Kumbaga, it's not about the class kasi talaga eh. I still believe that it's all about how you build your character and how you use your character. Kung maganda talaga yung pagkakagawa mo sa character mo, solid yan. Ganun lang yun. P-attack and M-attack available para kapag nag-switch ka ng class, may bonus pa din. Oo, exactly. Can you guys imagine how effed up it would be if you, for example, the Razor is only available or it's only perfect for magic type, tapos naisip nyo bigla, ay, gusto kong mag-BK. Boom! Strength type. 'Di ba? So, ang pangit. Okay na yan. Okay na yung ganyang setup. Para sa akin, wala namang nawala. Pero dito talaga M-attack lang. Pero pag nag-STR ka, nakasulat naman dyan, Ay, hindi. Bulag. Ang bulag ko, nakatitig ako dito sa Ematak kasi feeling ko HP to. So, P-attack, M-attack. Yun na yun. Lods, naglaro ka din ba ng MU Origin 1? Actually, no. That was a question that was asked to me before if I was playing MU Origin 1, and I actually didn't. The only reason why I'm very familiar with the game is because I studied the game. When I first started the game, like I mentioned before, always, I had no idea on how to play, but at the same time, I want to be useful for my guild. So in order for me to become useful, I have to learn and understand how to increase or how to make my character stronger. And and one of the cool things about it before was I know my limit. Alam ko kung magkano lang yung gagastusin ko sa game. Alam ko hindi ako gagastos talaga. I remember being VIP 3 only and I was really happy. And I remember before na Archangel was so hard to loot, so hard to get, to the point that I was already at peace with myself na I'm not getting the Archangel weapons at all because I don't want to be spending 20,000 just to get an Archangel weapon. That's how much it cost, by the way, before to earn an Archangel, and that's only one weapon. So kung kailangan mo ng dalawang Archangel weapon, guys, you have to pay around 40,000 pesos. So 40,000 pesos ang kailangan mong gastusin. Magkaroon ka lang ng dalawang Archangel. Take note, level 5 yun. So imagine kung gagawin nyo siyang rank 6. So times 6 mo pa siya. Ay! Sumasakit ang ulo ko noon, grabe. Hindi ko I know I couldn't buy it. So I was at peace with myself and I told myself I'm going to be an archer because I was an archer before. I'm going to be a deadly archer that uses Kalima set from head to toe, pero it's deadly. So that was my pledge to myself. I was like, I'm gonna use Kalima set head to toe, from my quiver to my bow, everything is going to be Kalima set. And then they listened to the players, and then Archangel became a lot easier or a lot accessible to the players. Alam niyo yun? Because before there's no tarot, there's no stuff like this. So for me, seeing players getting 27 AA, the only thing I can tell you guys is, dang, you're lucky. That's all. Ano ba? Heaven naman eh. Paano pag Rebirth? Sorry na po, Francis. Sorry na po. Pangit daw ng garuda ko. Maganda kayo. So, Rebirth, again, actually, I explained Rebirth earlier, just so you know. Rebirth is very simple. Once you reach level 400, for your character, once you reach level 400 for your character, you'll be given an option to rebirth your character. Now, what you would need in order to for you to rebirth or to do the rebirth option for your character is you would be needing, where's that? Tinago ko na naman ba? Ayan, you would be needing 3 of these. So you need 3 pieces of these, Sacred Stone, and then and then you would be needing Spirit Rebirth Stones. So the amount of Spirit Rebirth Stones that you guys would need is you would need 20 pieces only of this Spirit Rebirth Stone. So 20 pieces nito, and then you need 3 pieces of these. Now, I don't know yet how much it would cost once you reach Rebirth 2. Kasi I don't have it yet, pero that would be the cost for Rebirth 1. And then after that, you guys can simply increase it. You can increase the level, and as your level increase, it increases your base stats. The base stats are the max HP, the attack, and then the defense. So when you say attack, it considers both physical and magical attack. When you say defense, it considers both physical and magical defense. So if you guys are wondering what's the difference between the normal defense, the normal attack, versus physical, magical, and then physical, magical, defense, and attack, it's very basic. Attack and defense works or improves both your physical and magical. And if you work on just magical or physical, then it only focuses on that specific attack. Okay? It's okay to do that kumbaga, it's okay to focus on M attack only if you're a magic type, or P attack only if you're a physical type. Pero I would recommend that you increase defense, so at least you're increasing both physical and magical defense. And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of you guys are confused with this one. Diba? You guys are a lot of you guys are really confused with the Heart of Spirit, like what what heart you guys are supposed to be using. So yun lang yung difference nun. So that's the reason why I have defense and also attack, so it increases both. And then I have magic attack to focus on my magic attack because I'm a magic type. That's it. And then, so again, the Rebirth, sobrang basic lang niya, sobrang dali lang niyang gawin. Pero ang pinakakalaban nyo lang, or the only problem that you will ever have, is to own a lot of these, which are the essence, for upgrading your spirit. Kung wala kayo niyan, then you can't really do that, sadly. And you actually need that for almost everything. You need it to do it here. I can't remember if you need it for, you don't really need it for Star Up, but you need it for Awaken, you need it for Upgrade. So this is very important. So make sure that on a daily basis you do your Spirit Ruins, because if you're not a spender, or even if you are a spender, regardless of whatever type you are, a non-spender or a spender, your events are very important, because events drops materials, and materials is used to upgrade your character. Okay, now let's try to go to the gears. If you guys still have questions regarding the Rebirth system, just let me know in the comment box, so at least I can try to answer them for you. So Spirit Gears, by the way, Spirit Gears is very basic. You only need one set. You don't really need to wear all sets for all of the spirit, because this one basically improves your battle spirit, and it works very similar to Mount Gears. Para lang siyang Mount Gears, guys. Wala nga lang tayong Kalingwa set para dito, so there isn't really a perfect stats. Pero kumbaga, for now, since we're all starting, the best thing to do is to really farm the boss. So at least you can try to get maybe a good excellency stats, or a good gear with good excellency stats. So the things, by the way, that you guys need to know is, if you're not really a person that farms a lot, you guys can start with purple, with purple first. Like when I was talking about the updates last time, I told you guys that you guys can activate 6 pieces of purple gears for the meantime to activate the first reward, which is equipping 6 pieces of purple spirit. You're welcome, RV, and thank you, by the way, for dropping by. And then now, if you manage to activate 6 pieces of orange spirit, it will increase your HP bonus to 50%. So the last time that I checked my HP, I think my HP was around 41 million or so. Now it's around 47 million. So it did increase my HP. By the way, another thing I wanted to clarify with everybody, because a lot of you guys are really confused with this. So just to set it clear, HP, it consists of 2 components. You have your base HP, which is the max HP. Well, not just the max HP, but the base HP. And then you have your multiplier, which is your HP bonus. Okay? And Mil, thank you so much, by the way, for the 25 stars. Heart. So here's how it works. Kasi I remembered somebody asking me this thing last time. They owned an R10 AA. They moved up to an R11 AA, and R11 AA actually gives 300% of HP bonus, right? And what they were complaining about, or what they were asking me, is their current stats, or their current HP was around 30 million, I think. I don't know how they managed to increase their HP, but ganun yun. He has like 30 million. So he was expecting that upon getting a 300% HP bonus from an R11, they were expecting that their HP would become 90 million. Now, just so you know, that's not how it works, okay? It doesn't mean that your current max HP that you guys are seeing on your screen is 30 million. And upon getting a if you get an item that will increase your HP bonus to 300, it doesn't mean it's gonna multiply whatever you see on your max HP. Like I said, your HP is composed with two things. Max HP, or the base HP, and then HP bonus. So your max HP, you guys can actually increase this almost everywhere. This is something I've discussed before. So, yan, max HP kagaya niyan. This is only like 17, 'di ba? 17,000. So, yung total ng max HP na nakukuha nyo, yun lang yung i-multiply nung HP bonus nyo. Don't expect that it will go above and beyond than what you see. Ang OA, okay? The one that you're seeing right now, which is this one, it's already a combination. Okay? Ano to? Bakit dami kasi laro ngayon sa mobile? Puro kailangan ng cash para lumakash. Favorite ko pa naman laro MU noon, nasa PC pa sila. Well, if you remember it correctly when you're playing MU Origin 1, I didn't play MU Origin 1 before, but I think it was more of a pay to play. Because before you can play, you actually have to load. Diba? I think you pay like around 20 pesos or so just to play 1 hour in their server. Not unless you're in a private server or something. Sa hero ko palakasin. If you guys have questions regarding your hero, just let me know on the comment box. Sige lang. Ano to? Miss Raya, saan mo hinugot ang physical and magical bonus mo? Nalola ako. Actually, I remember before, a lot of the players were actually asking me where I increased this one. I don't really like showing exactly where I increased this one, but I'm gonna let you in a little secret. I increased it in my titles. So I had a lot of titles before that I've already owned, but I don't activate. And then when I got really, really mad one day, I just activated them all. Wednesday lang maganda mag-load para 2 times XP. Ayan no, Heaven was actually playing MUPC before. Si Heaven, siya may experience doon. Ako wala. I never experienced MU1. Kumbaga, that's the reason why I was not confused with MU2 at all. Because my brain was fresh. It was my first time experiencing the game. So everything I see here is something new for me, which makes it exciting for me to try to learn. Ganon. But again, the magical bonus and all that stuff, I got it mostly from my titles, and then some are from my dowsing. Hindi ko na maalala yung mga sa dows ko. Alam ko pinalitan, ayan, tama nga. Pinalitan namin to ng ano eh. We focus more on the elements here. I'm actually not satisfied with a lot of these kasi I wanted to see all orange. Choosy ako eh. Yeah. Kumbaga, choosy ako, gusto ko lahat to orange. So, papalitan ko yan soon. Iniipon ko lang muna yung mga pang-refine. Kasi, to be honest, I really thought that 100 pieces of those, of this material was enough. No, it's not. Yung 100 na yan, minsan nauubos sa isang spot lang. Tas nanghihinayang pa ako doon sa nakukuha ko na gamit. Hindi ako masaya. Ganun. And I managed to also make some changes, by the way, on my armor penetration. So, my armor penetration last time was 27%. So, we managed to increase it to 31.3%. So, masakit siya. The only downside, or one of my biggest weakness, and I'm not really afraid to say what my weakness is because I know how to counter what counters me. So, one of my biggest weakness for my character would be the damage reduction and the damage resist. I am lacking on these two traits because if I'm a 4 million character, you're supposed to be seeing around 120, 110. It's supposed, this two stats is supposed to range from 100 and above. It's not supposed to be 91 and 82 something % lang. But the reason why it's stuck like this is because, guys, I haven't changed classes yet. And when you say you haven't changed classes, it means I haven't, you know, I haven't put a lot of stuff in here yet. Kumbaga, kulang pa. So, I'll be working on that. I'll be working on those things. One at a time lang. Kasi, iba-iba, halo-halo yung focus ko dito eh. And John Lester, good evening din sa'yo. So, also, I'm not fully satisfied yet with the HP. I have to increase the HP a little bit more. Kasi nasasaktan yung character ko during a fight. Madalas, or one of the things pretty much that hurts me the most during battle would be the counter damage. Kasi, remember what I always tell you guys when you're building your character, especially when you're strong, the only thing that can really hurt you would be your own damage. So, yung damage ko, masyado siyang masakit para sa character ko. And I remember before, even if I'm fighting a 2 million character, if their counter damage triggers, it hurts my character a lot. Sometimes I would lose 1.5 bar of my HP and I'm like, wow, ang lakas ko. Proud na proud ako sa sarili ko, yung wow, ang lakas ko. Kumbaga, ganun kalakas yung damage. Ang sakit. Ang sakit niya masyado. Hindi ko siya makontrol. So, I have to improve a lot of things here kasi, kagaya niyan, even if I hate my Lucky Strike so much, I don't like Lucky Strike. Lucky Strike also does a good amount of damage on the character, especially from the enemy. Excellent Strike. Ang Excellent Strike ko, medyo solid. Medyo lang. How is the maximum of master talent points? Right now, I don't really have maximum amount of master talent points because once you start, once your points reaches 25 and above, the amount of experience needed, to get a talent points gets higher and higher and higher. So it's really crazy. You would really need to grind. Even if you grind 24/7 in one spot with a times 10, good amount of mobs and good amount of party, it's still not that easy to improve or to get a lot of experience to upgrade this. So medyo it's still a dilemma for me. Pero ngayon level 61 na ako, ngayon ko lang na-realize. So, malamang mag-i-stay na naman ako dito. I'll probably stay here again. And then, focus on the master talent after reaching a certain, after reaching probably 100. I think it's 52 lang para sa max talent points after nun wala na. I guess so. I haven't really reached that yet. And I can't remember. Even with Bloss, the Bloss character, I haven't really reached max on that character yet. Kasi sabi ko kasi inyo guys, it gets harder and harder and harder. Ano level ayos mag-master talent? I think the best level to improve your master talent would be by the time you reach at least master 3. Don't start when you're master 1 or 2 because you should be focusing on leveling first. And then upon reaching master 3 or 4, then you may stop on the leveling and then start working on your master talent. Pero if you're like the other players wherein they focus first on their level, that's up to you. Again, it's based on the way you play. Basta kaya nyong panindigan kung ano ang master level nyo. Yun lang masasabi ko sa inyo. Miss Raya, sa master talent, ilan points kapag master 1 ka lang? I don't know. The reason why I don't know is because I never started my master talent when I was master 1. And the reason why I keep saying that do not start at Master 1 and Master 2 is simply because there's a lot of things that are still locked. There's a lot of features on your character that will still be locked when you're only at Master 1. And everything will be unlocked upon reaching a certain level at Master 2. So it's best that you start first, you start your Master talent after Master 2. Yun lang masabi ko sa inyo guys. It's better to reach at least Master 3 first or bago kayo before you evolve to Master 3, then start working on your Master talent. You can do that. until you reach the limit and then upgrade. Ganun lang. Kasi basta, ano siya jahe. Sobrang, it's not practical. It's not practical to start Master Talent at Master 1. It's really not. Because you won't have, there's specific slots in your accessories that will not be opened yet. There would be specific slots in your HOS or Heart of Spirit that will not be opened yet. So it's much better that you open everything first and then you work on that. And right now, because of the upgrades that were, because of all the upgrades or all of the features that were added in the game, it's way much better to level up first then. Why? Because, for example, in Invasion, if you guys are not familiar with Elemental Invasion is an abyssal event. This one. And what it does is it will provide you these materials. And these materials, by the way, you're given these kind of rewards. Kumbaga, the higher your level, the higher the rewards. That's how it works. So if you're Master 1, then you're gonna be provided with limited event rewards. Master 2, limited event rewards. Master 3, and so on and so forth. Ate Raya, ilan ba max ng MT? Mana Tower? Mana Tower is only at level 20. If you sorry. If you say empty kasi, the first thing on my mind is Mana Tower, not Master Talent, but I think you're talking about Master Talent. And I think with Master Talent, it's 52. I haven't really took the time to count this one. Pero sabi nung isa kanina, it's 52. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are not familiar with this one, for those that didn't know, if you guys ever faced, doing tarot and then seeing this one, uy! I-click kita mamaya. If you guys want to know what's inside this one, somebody taught me, so one of the viewers actually taught me on how to do this. All you guys need to do is just long press this and you guys can see exactly what's inside the box. So these are accessory chests, and if you're skeptical if you want to click on this or not, all you need to do is just press it, long press it, and it will show you what's inside. Okay? So do not rant na about the boxes kasi you guys can still see what's inside. One more thing, which do you prefer, elemental crit or elemental attack percent? Like between the genie and the razor? That's a really, really good question. So, in order for me to choose between those two, you have to know or understand what they do for your elemental, for your elemental stats, right? Ikaw ba nagsabi ng Jake? Thank you so much, Jake. Heart, heart. So, just to explain how those two inner stats or elemental inner stats work, it's very simple. Elemental crit, by the way, is something that is very similar to excellent strike. So when elemental crit gets triggered, it provides 120% of your elemental base stats. When I say elemental base stats, that's from minimum and maximum depending on what damage applies. So when elemental crit gets triggered, instead of just the normal, let's just say you're ranging from 100k to 120k. If your maximum is 100, let's just say you try to attack somebody. For example, I try to attack Heaven, and the damage that I can do to Heaven is 100%. If my elemental crit gets triggered, then that means I can give him around 120% of the damage of my elemental damage. Gets? So that's how it works. While elemental percent bonus or elemental attack bonus, what it does is it works like attack bonus. So it multiplies your base stats. So for example, again, I have let's just say I have 20%. If I have 20%, then that means it will add 20% more. So if you guys are still not familiar, kasi medyo nalito ako doon sa sinasabi ko, yan kasi. Kakanood mo lang, okay. No problem, Carlo. Ikaw yung nag-comment kanina sa post ko. Elemental Rebirth, by the way, for those that just joined in the stream, Rebirth is this one. So again, just to explain it, upon reaching level 400, you'll be given an option to rebirth your spirit. And what Rebirth does is it will continuously increase the stats that your battle spirit provides. So again, your battle spirit, if you rebirth your battle spirit, it will provide you 100%. If you rebirth your support spirit, it will only provide you 20%. Now, it may not sound a lot, pero once you reach kasi a max level, increasing the secondary or the support spirits still helps your character improve your base stats in a big way. Okay? So, after rebirth, then it will increase your max HP, your attack, as well as your defense. So, after nito, I don't know what's the max rebirth yet. Yes, rebirth function is a new function that was added when the update happened. So when they updated the game, they added these features. They added a lot of features. So it's not just the rebirth system, they also added spirit gears. So now your spirit has gears, just like the mount. So it's like newer and more ways to improve your character. Oo nga, kaka-check ko lang. Need ng 3 sacred stone and is it only 3 rebirth stones? Why does heaven need 20? Hindi pa naman siya rebirth. Hindi pa rebirth yung kay heaven pero 20. You need 20 rebirth stones. Oh, 20. 20 rebirth stones ang kailangan. So 3 sacred stones and then 20 rebirth stones. So that's what you need to rebirth it. Need po ba sobrang taas ng double damage resist or okay na po 30%? Carlo. Hala siya. 30%, that's a good question. I personally think that increasing your double damage resist is good. Actually, 30% lang din yun sa akin. Pero if I can increase it even more, I will. Kung kaya ko silang pagpantayin, then I have to do it. You know? What do you buy every day when you win in war in Alliance shop? That's a good question. Now, David, I just want to give you a heads up. What I personally buy may not be applicable for your character. Okay? The reason why I say that is because we have different levels and we have different needs. So, what I buy is what I personally need. Okay? This is what I personally need. Again. So, right now, I don't really purchase a lot kasi I don't really have a lot of alliance points. But, whenever I got a lot of alliance points, I buy regen gem because I haven't really awakened a lot of my gears and I want to awaken them all. I buy Matt's Divine Feathers because Matt's Divine Feathers can only be, you can only buy this here. It's really, really hard to get. And this is useful if you want to awaken your feathers or your wings. I also buy this too, the Spirit Source Tinder and the Divine Source Tinder, because this actually helps with, mamaya, Kent. This actually helps with your elemental. And this will help me with my damage resist. So that's why I buy this too. And then I also buy this one all the time, the Ancient Holy Dust, because the one that you guys get from Mana Tower is not enough. I don't buy the elaborate sigil shard that much. I don't buy the superior sigil shard because if I keep on farming elite spots or if I keep on farming boss, I can actually loot them. So, and plus, you try to use your alliance contribution to what you really need. I remember before, I also buy Orc's God Soul Crystal, but now the level of my my awakening for my mount is okay, so I stop. And then before, I also buy the Spirit Awaken Stone and then Unseal Stone kasi I didn't really have enough. So again, what you purchase on your alliance shop depends on what you need. It doesn't mean that this is something I buy. It means it's something that's gonna be useful for you. Pero when you're starting and you don't know where to put your alliance contribution, I suggest you invest on this too. Para by the time that you reach master level, then you're a little bit ahead with everybody. Kasi that's what I did. Paano mag-rebirth? Leonard Bugoy here. Hello, Alan, and welcome by the way to the stream. So, Do you try, ma'am, to main... I haven't really tried, by the way, using Maiden as my main battle spirit, and my reason for that is because I am not confident yet with my personal damage at the moment. So I don't think that my damage would be sufficient enough if I switch now. So I want to increase my damage a little bit more before I make that switch. Miss Raya, sulit ba Up's new function sa Ali? You're talking about the Guardian? It's sulit. I think it's sulit if you're, you know, if it's on the personal server. Kasi you guys have to remember that upon traveling or teleporting to Abyss, whatever stats that you have in your clan and also your alliance, they are both nulled or disabled when you go to cross-server. So kahit anong pagpapalakas nyo dyan sa dalawang yan, malakas lang kayo sa server nyo. Hindi siya ganun ka-effective sa cross-server. So what I would suggest is they can be helpful. They are really helpful, but it's not something that you should be prioritizing for now. Kumbaga, unahin nyo muna or start with the things that you guys can also carry over once you go to Abyss. Paano mag-rebirth? Again, rebirth option, you have to reach level 400 first, and then you'll be given the chance to rebirth. You would need 3 sacred stones and then 20 of the spirit rebirth stones. This one, I forgot the name. Spirit rebirth stones. There, you need 20 pieces of these, and then you need 3 pieces of these to open the rebirth. The rebirth one, and you have to be at least level 400 first on your spirit, whatever spirit that is. And again, I have to repeat this because this is very important. Your battle spirit provides you 100% of whatever it provides you, and then the support spirit will only provide you 20%. So choose wisely. Ay talaga? That's nice. Hindi that's no? That's nice. Raya, can I glimpse your elemental guardian? I'm a diviner too and razor main. Oh, Yamato! What's up? Asa work lang. Okay lang yan. Okay lang yan, mahal. So ito, this is my elemental guardian. So I just wanted to explain a few things kasi if you're looking at my elemental guardian right now, you're probably wondering why I still use purple. I still have a couple of purple purple soul stones that I'm using right now, and I can explain why I use them. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm currently using this one. Am I satisfied with it? No. Do I have a choice? No. That's why if I end up getting one with an good amount of attack bonus and then good amount of lucky strike, then I'll probably switch. But if this is going to be all thunder, then I'll stay here. Right now wala pa. Kanina mo pa hinahanap. I think it's not yet available. Kaya huwag mo na hanapin. And then, ups ka na ba dapat sa... Nag-ups din ako, na-disappoint lang ako, Sheila, promise. Nag-ups na ako dun. Napagalitan nga ako ni Ebin. Nag-ups ako dito, yo. After ko mag-ups dito, guys, kasi, of course, in order for me to learn something about the new features, you have to try the new feature, right? So, I tried it. I tried doing this one. I tried opening slots, and what it does is it will help you a little with your elements, pero again, for a player that is not really in the strong, I'm not really in an alliance wherein it's active with the events. I have limited alliance contribution, so I have to be wise. So those are the things pretty much that you guys have to consider, especially we're not all in the strongest ally, diba? So ako kasi I love my ally. I choose to stay with my ally regardless if I'm included in the top 10 I don't care. Panghabol ng EDF. Oo nga. Kaso, di ba napagalitan mo ako kanina? Kanina mo ba ako napagalitan nung isang araw? Napagalitan ako niya ni Heaven eh. Kasi nagpapalitan kami ng account. Pag-open niya, ayan, ubos ang alliance contribution. Kung ano pinagagawa mo. Sabi ko, kasi kailangan eh. Gusto ko i-try. I have to try it so at least I can figure out. Ngayon, wala ka ng alliance contribution, di ba? Sabi ko, oo, wala na. Wala akong nagawa eh. Di ko pa po ni-apps new function. Hintay ako sa mga infos mo. And by the way, thank you Sheila by the way for, for the trust and the support. Really appreciate that. So, this one, again, I'm not saying that the Alliance Guardian is a bad thing to upgrade. I'm not saying that, okay? This is something that you guys can upgrade. But again, you have to consider if your alliance contribution would be enough, and at the same time, you have to consider if your war feat points is enough. I don't want to click this for now. I don't want to click this for now because I can't. I really can't. I want to, pero I can't. Kailangan po ba mix yung attack soulstone? That's a good question. Sheila, I'll go back real quick to to this one, the Elemental Guardian. So I want to explain why I created it like this, okay? The reason why I created it like this is because I want to maintain a good amount of balance for my Elemental. Now, your Elemental, it's really good to have a primary Elemental that you focus on. And for me personally, that's Thunder. The reason why I choose Thunder is because my spirit is Thunder, okay? And it's something, it's something that I can easily boost since my main battle spirit will be, kumbaga, my focus will be on the main battle spirit. But if you choose to mix it up, that's okay too. You can confuse your enemies by simply switching it up. That's fine. Kasi guys, one thing that you should know is all of your elemental works. It's not just your one elemental, all of your elemental works. When you're trying to attack another player, each of your elemental works. It doesn't work like excellency bonus or excellency strike or lucky strike. It doesn't work like that. When you attack somebody, every single element works. Naglalag yung utak ko, sorry. Every single element works. So increasing them all will help you a lot. And the good thing about keeping it as balanced as possible is very simple. Kunyari, this is an example, ha? For example, right now, I'm a Thunder user, right? I'm a Thunder Elemental user. Now, we can disregard this. Okay? This is something that you guys can disregard for now. Kasi, regardless if it's weak, strong, whatever, the main thing that you have to understand is each of the element, they also have what you call resistance. So that means, if I'm a Thunder user, and let's just say Heaven is a Thunder user, there's a high tendency that my Thunder element and his Thunder element will resist each other. Gets nyo? Alam nyo yung, it's like a magnet eh. It works like a magnet. If my Thunder defense is high, his Thunder defense is high, because we both focus on Thunder. If we clash, both our Thunder will resist each other. Kumbaga, negative sa negative, di ba hindi nagdidikit? So, meaning nun, the damage that we're doing with each other for those two might not really have a great amount of impact. So, what do you do? What do you do to fix that? It's very simple. You increase your other elements. That's the reason why you have to have a secondary element. So, my secondary element would be Earth, if I'm not mistaken. Sinong hampas lupa? Aray, mahal. Nangaano ka eh. Nangaano ka talaga eh. Nangaano ka eh. Yan ka na naman eh. Hoy! Bumalik ka dito after mo ako atakihin nang hindi ako nakatingin. Balik ka dito! Yeah. Ganyan lang po gawain namin dyan. Papasensyahan nyo na. Ayun na, nagsimula na naman man-trip. So, gugulat kapag tingin mo patay na yung character mo. Ay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tatis. What's your alliance? Para ma-shoutout. Ayun. Ako naman, guys, ito I'm not saying that going for full fire, full thunder, full earth, full wind is wrong. I'm not saying that. There's nothing wrong with your choices on your character. Your choices, kumbaga, the game is very diverse. The way you build your character is totally up to you because that will depend on your playstyle. Pero again, sometimes, it's okay to make some changes. Like, for example, right now, look at my character. Look at the damage or look at my elemental. So, as you guys can see, my main elemental, Grand Tai. Shoutout, by the way, to Grand Tai of Server 72. Hello, guys! So, for example, if you look at my elemental, this is not yet fully furnished, so I'm so sorry. Grand Tai 52. Oo nga, no, magkakaguild nga kayo, no? So, this is what you do. So, right now, my thunder is at around 540 to 700. There's a huge gap between them, pero you can consider it as around 700k. Now, if I'm going to be fighting somebody with the same thunder element like me, there's a high chance that we will resist each other. Kasi, if you notice, yung defense kasi nag-i-increase din depende sa pag-increase nyo ng character nyo. So that's why you will notice that I try to keep it as balanced as possible. If you look at my secondary element would be fire. It was supposed to be earth. It was originally earth, but my accessories are kind of focused on fire, so it kind of increased the fire a little bit more than the thunder. So, naging fire and thunder to. O, yung nga pala, shoutout sa Easy Gamer 66. Pinapasabi ni Heaven. Saan po mabilis tumaas elemental damage mo sa I'll show you where I pull up my elemental damage. Pero for now, I'll show you first how you try to balance this out. So, again, meron akong main battle element, pero if you look at the other stats closely, the reason why my thunder element is higher than everything else is because my main guardian is thunder, my main battle spirit is thunder. Pero if I remove my guardian, and then I also removed my my spirit, and then switch it to another one, I can slowly increase or I can change the face of my elements. And that's the reason why I keep it balanced for the others. So if you look at my fire is around 293 to 385, almost close to 400. So this is my secondary. Binagbog kami ni Dasher bawat achieve kanina stream. Yeah, oh, by the way, I just wanted to do a big shout out to those players that I've fought with or we fought with during the all server 3v3. Ang sasakit nyo. Punyeta kayo. Grabe. Naloka-loka ako. Kanina shoutout kay Lakurabog, kay Laaro. Alam niyo pag join namin sa 3v3 kasi nang 3v3 kami, ang party namin, ako si Heaven, and then we have one of our guildmate which is si Watch Me Wep. Si Watch Me Wep 2 million, si Heaven 3.4, ako 4 million. So magkakasama kaming tatlo kanina. Tapos we're trying to do some strategies. We're trying to do some strategies when we fight. We're trying not to be close with each other. Something like that. Tapos minsan nagugulat kami kasi alam mo yung feeling na sobrang dikit. Makikita mo lang, matatawa ka kasi makikita mo yung galaw namin dalawa ni Heaven. May strategy. Kumbaga parang hindi namin kailangan mag-usap. Alam na namin kung paano kami gagalaw. Oh, ako susuporta sa'yo. Ako sasalo ng damage. Bawasan mo sila ng bawasan. Likuran mo. Kahit hindi kami nag-uusap, alam na namin yun. Kumbaga, alam na namin kung paano kami maglaro Paano kami dalawa maglaro. Kaya, ang saya talaga kanina. Nag-enjoy ako. Kaso napagod ako kasi nilalagnat ako. Ayun. Pero nag-enjoy ako talaga kanina. So, shoutout by the way to everybody that I fought with on the 3v3. And sa mga nasa top, congrats guys. Ang sasakit nyo. So yun, going back, just make sure that all of them are not far apart with each other para if you make the sudden change with your elemental, hindi siya mahirap habulin. Kasi guys, remember, the game is so diverse and the game is always changing. There's always a new meta every single time that there's an upgrade or there's an update in the game. So there are always new spirits, there are always new... Yeah, this is a really really cool MG Diviner update. Si Heaven talaga guys, originally, he was supposed to be either a BK or a mage. But we wanna kumbaga I want to share the knowledge that an MG a Magic Gladiator mage type is not useless. Kasi a lot of the players were saying, ang duga naman, the magic type is useless. The Magic Gladiator, bakit ganito, bakit ganyan. So that's the reason why we talked about it and then we told each other na let's try to build a Magic Gladiator na pwede nating gamitin for the stream. So that's why he chose Magic Gladiator. Kaya lagi kami nag-aaway pag naglalaban kaming dalawa. Kapag naglalaban kaming dalawa, tapos napatay ko siya, tapos aasarin ko siya, sabihin ko sa kanya, hindi ka na makalaban, no? Sabihin niya ganyan, kung diviner ako, patay ka. Kasi syempre, di ba, wala siyang heal? So, luging-lugi siya sa akin dahil wala siyang heal. Pero, kung parehas kami ng BP, patay ako. Ang maganda, the reason why the Magic Gladiator and Diviner combo is really, really OP, it depends on how both of you guys build the characters or the class. So, Heaven, we build Heaven to focus on the death down, to focus on the lifesteal, and also to have a really, really OP damage. But at the same time, we try not to sacrifice the dodge on that character to make sure that he doesn't die that easy. Kasi one of the biggest things or the biggest hindrance for a Magic Gladiator would be his personal damage. Kasi again, like I mentioned earlier, Magic Gladiators are designed to be destructive. Their damage is really, really destructive that it can even destroy themselves. Kumbaga, if they hit you and then it bounces back to them, it will hurt them a lot. So in order for them to survive, you have to balance it out with the HP, the lifesteal, so that kapag nag 1v1 kayo, ramdam nyo yung sakit. Ganon. Kumbaga, yung build ni Heaven, solid yan. And then, my Diviner was designed to focus on the crowd control ability. So that's the reason why you would see my Master Talent focuses on the skills. The reason why I focus on the skills, and these are the skills, by the way, that stops players. This skill is my silence. Remember, the Force of Darkness is my silence. This one is my stun. This one is my first skill. So that means this one is my bleed. And then this one, the Dancing Whirlwind, I think is another stun. So those are the skills that are used to control players, to make them stop. So that's the reason why our combo is OP. I go in first, I jump on the group, and then I cast my skill to stun them, and then he will go in and destroy them. Tapos, I will accept the attacks kasi my character should be much more durable. Pero ang nangyayari kasi, since I was trying to boost up my character super fast, again, now it's 4 million, ang nangyayari, medyo nahuhuli ako ng onti sa defense stats. So, I'm trying to rework it. Kaya kanina nahihirapan kami sa 3v3. So, may goal na naman kami ngayon. Ba't ka nag-one tap ng LOT? Ako din na nga, sige mag-one. Ba't ka nag-one tap ng LOT? Sige na nga, one tap na nga rin ako ng LOT. Teka lang. Zodiac system. Okay, sure, no problem. If that's what you want. Kainis, inalis ang anti-stun sa break prohibition ng MG, nilipat sa STR. Oo nga eh. Parang isa nga yan sa mga naririnig-rinig ko. Pero again, don't you guys have to remember, masyado kasing hindi ko alam kung paano or what's their grounds for the changes that was done with the Magic Gladiator. All I know is for the archers, the archer changes was good. Pero dito guys, you just have to remember the awakening that you guys have on your characters. Ihuhuli ko to. So, remember, upon reaching certain awakening, they intensify some of your, your crowd control skills. So, you work on that. Hihi. I'm working on my def down. Kasi I already got a def down on this one. Saan ba yung isang def down ko? Nakalimutan ko kung saan yung isang def down ko. Ito, nakuha ko na isang def down dito. So, I'm trying to get a def down here to make it much more, deadly. Saan po ba magpo-focus para tamaas ang defense sa Master Talent? Thank you po, pa-shoutout na din po sa pogi naming daddy, DevPau27, ng Happy to MVP. And Raya, I'll talk about Soja in a bit. Maybe 1 second. Okay lang. Alam mo, Sheila, ayoko talaga nang go one tap ng Land of Trials. Ayoko. Kaso, yung partner ko, nag-one tap na. Wala na akong choice. So, one tap na lang din ako. Sa LOE na lang kami mag-focus. So, if you wanted to improve your defense, if you wanted to improve your durability in Master Talent, you should go for Sacred Sanctuary and then work with your inner. So, you can follow this, the 1, 3, 3, 3, 2 combo that I'm doing here. Now, you guys might be wondering why focus on this one. Kasi guys, you can improve your HP somewhere else. You can improve your HP by upgrading the skin Horcrux that you have. By upgrading that will increase your HP. Pero what you would lack along the way would be your inner stats. So you can start working with this one. That's the reason why when I first started, I focused on doing the 1-3-3-1 combo for 1-3-3-3-2 combo here. And then after that, I open this one and then open. Isa ko na yung na-open yung mga yan. Ante, I'm an MG user, 330 damage bonus ko when I'm using Gluton, Razor Maiden, Mermaid. But I try to use 3-star Razor, Mr. Bite, Mermaid, Maiden. Kumunat ako pero naging 230 na lang ang damage bonus ko. Worth po ba yun? Yes, it's worth it. It is. Now, yes and no, by the way. The reason why I say yes and no, kasi 3-star Razor for me, when I was using 4-star Razor, I don't really feel the power. It's like I enjoyed my character when I was using Dragon Kid before rather than using the Razor. Kaya nung nagpalit ako ng Razor and then I had 4 stars, I was so tempted to go back to Dragon Kid kasi I wanted the 5-star skills. Pero that's okay. Remember guys, your damage, especially when you're starting, that having really OP damage is okay. I remember when I started, I think my damage was around 210%. No, sorry. When I was using Dragon Kid and I was about to reach 1 million, my damage was 180% for using a Dragon Kid. That's how low it was. But my damage was really deadly. I was wondering where my damage was coming from. And then, of course, once you upgrade it, it will increase. And I think with the Dragon Kid, the maximum damage that I had was 240, 250. It was so low. It was really low. But again, it doesn't really depend on just the damage bonus alone. Remember, guys, if you have too much damage, it could also be destructive for yourself. So you have to be careful with increasing your damage. At least when you chose Razor, you became much more durable. Mas tatagal ka. And when you last longer in a fight, you do more damage. Gets? Sabi kay Miss Raya, ano good i-focus sa Master Talent? Kakasisi ko lang kanina. Sabi kay, ganun pa rin. This one pa din. You start with this one. Kasi again, remember guys, when it comes to Master Talent, Spirit, the changes that you do or you make on the character, it doesn't depend on the class. It depends on your stats. Even if you change class, kahit nag-change class ka, kung nung BK, kung nung Diviner ka, mababa ang damage resist mo, kahit magpalit ka ng BK at mababa pa rin ang damage resist mo, wala pa rin silbi. Ganun lang yun. So, you try to focus on the things that you needed the most. Kailan po kayo nag-start maglagay ng points sa Master Talent? Master 2 po ba? Master 3. I started at Master 3. Master 3 level 100. Because I'm so lazy checking my character all the time if it's about to level before I put it. So what I did was I hit Master 3 level, Master 3 level 100. I stop at Master 100. I didn't evolve. And then I'll sleep and then wake up. When I wake up, I put all of the points on my Master Talent. That's what I do. Yeah, don't forget the Sojak system. Yeah, a lot of the players are actually confused with the Sojak system. If you, I think the Sojak system that you're asking, is it this one or are you talking about the Lifestar? The Lifestar Divine Palace. Let me know, Nicolas, so at least we can focus on that. If I have 82.21% damage penetration, enough na ba yun para ma-counter damage ang resist mo? Actually, good question. That's a really good question. But, just so you know, teka lang. Let me just grab my notes real quick. Kasi I can't remember if it was damage penetration. Wait. Why I got armor penny? Okay, yeah, damage resist. Yes and no. So again, good question. It's a really, really good question, Hydery. Damage penetration could be enough to counter it. Pero guys, you also have to understand that your inner stats is intensified also by your, kumbaga, is also intensified by your outer stats. When I talk about outer stats, I'm talking about hit and flee. So even if your damage penetration is maybe 82.21%, but your hit is like around 200k, 300k, it may not be enough to still penetrate on your enemy. So you have to make it balance. So the higher your, the higher your damage pen and the higher your hit rate or your hit is, then it gives you a more solid impact when you attack. So they work together. Just so you know. So Lifestar, okay. So for the Lifestar, this is something that I try to avoid, to be honest. But I know how this works. I just don't touch it that much. Because it's expensive. It's really expensive, in my opinion, to work on it. Even though I have 19k pink diamonds. It's just expensive. So, just to make it clear how this works, you would normally notice that on a daily basis, it's always Thunder Fortune. It doesn't really change. But you guys, if you guys didn't know, you have an option to change the fortune of your character. So that's the reason why there would be times you would notice that your Thunder Defense, your Thunder Attack, Elemental Crit, or whatever, it kind of lowers down on a day-to-day basis, or it really depends on what your Sojak fortune is. So, if you're fighting, especially if you're fighting in Arena or if you're fighting in Majesty, you might want to look into this one as well. So this is how it works. So let's just look at first the basic description. Second, wait lang. Sorry. Basic description. So the power of the Zodiac Guardian befalls the 12 slots of the Lifestar Divine Palace. At each slot, I'm just gonna read it fast, okay? It's just a refresher for my mind. At each slot, you may Starforge the star mark of the corresponding Zodiac. Is this a description or is this a tongue twister? Sorry. Star marks can be obtained from star mark summoning. This one, their real power is only available after star forging, and star forging increases elemental stats or convert the base stats of the Zodiac elemental stats. The more star lit in the Zodiac Guardian, the more BP from star forging, and Zodiac Fortune revealed in Lifestar Palace affects elemental stats, so base element. Enhanced stats of the star mark can be changed by refining, and star mark can be upgraded by devouring other star marks, and Starforge star mark can be removed. Okay, so this is how it works. So if you guys notice, okay, for the sake of this live stream, I'll summon. Okay, I'll summon, so at least for the sake of this live stream. So now I have 10, right? So we're gonna summon. Kasi I only have a few so I couldn't really explain it a lot, so I needed this one. Okay, now I got a lot more. Wahaha. So if you would notice, let's just say let's focus on Aries. No, wala pala akong Aries. Let's focus on this one. If you would notice the on the zodiac or the life star, they have corresponding gems that show specific elements. So here, you can keep it balanced or you can keep it random. It's totally up to you. But when you don't really have enough budget, whatever increases your BP or whatever increases specific elements, you go with that. Okay? Now, you might be noticing that I'm currently using mostly mostly blue right now because like I said, I don't really spend that much here. And you guys would also notice na even though let's just say this is fire, right? The enhanced stats could be different. So here's the thing. I cannot really explain everything here because it's really confusing, but I'll just provide you guys with some tips to remember when you're trying to fix your life star palace. So tip number one, even if you're using blue, every single time you try to do the star mark summon and then you try to attach it or you forge it to to this board, one of the things that you guys have to look at would be this one. So for example, if you compare this one to this one provides earth attack, this one provides earth damage. Now if I'm going to be choosing between this one or this one, I can go with this one because it will increase my earth attack. But at the same time, I can also choose this one because unlike with the one that I'm using, this one has special stats. Okay? Special stats may provide you with elemental crit resistance, elemental crit, and these are percentage that are so hard to get. Okay? These are percentage that are so hard to get. So if you're making a comparison, maybe in the future if I can get another one of these that provides attack and then a good amount of special stats, I'll switch. So that's how you try to check between them. You try to find something that has a good special stats. For now, my elemental crit resistance, to be honest, if I check it, I think it's good enough. I'm not really that bothered or worried. Earth crit resistance. Earth crit resistance. It's 25%. So if I use that, it's going to be 25.9 probably. Compared to my others, let's see. 28. Fire 24. It's high enough naman eh. So I can actually stick with not using that one for now. I can leave it alone. Now I can make this comparison then. If you look at this one, both of them, they don't provide the special stats that you guys see. But do you think it's worth to spend on that? It's only worth to spend on it when you don't have anything here. Okay? If you don't have anything here, then spend at least maybe once or twice. Until you complete the set. Once you complete it, you can stop worrying about it. Why? Because once you already have maybe purple or maybe blue on this one, you guys see this, the enhanced stats? Enhanced stats, by the way, is only activated upon reaching a certain level. And if you can't really reach that level, ngangalya bells. Ngangalya bells means you're stuck. You're stuck with it. So I'm gonna Starforge this one here. I wanna stick with purple. Kagaya nito, this one provides something better. Now, the BP here, okay, this is a good example. The BP here is 132 while this one is 128. Now, if I'm gonna choose between these two, I will stick with the water. Why? Because this has a special stat of elemental crit that is 0.11%. This one has an enhanced stats of 0.01%. However, it's not activated because my, the Starforge, the Star Mark itself is not level 5. So no matter how good the enhanced stats is, if you didn't have that certain level, it's useless. So just make sure that you get the special stats so that at least when you forge it, it gets activated. So between these two, even though that this actually provides a better BP rather than this one, I'll stick with this one since this will increase my elemental crit. Check to. Pareha silang walang kwenta. I mean, both of them are useless. Use this. Oh. Napaisip. No, my elemental crit is like 50%, so I'm fine. Elemental crit resistance. Water. So, I will lose 210 for defense, but I will get elemental crit resistance. Oh, I just remembered. I was using purple already. Sige na nga. Stay. Let's see. Stay. Lahat na nakakanceran meron dito. Wait lang. Nope. Elemental crit is 8. You guys might be wondering why I switched. The reason why I switched between these two, even though that this may look effective, I want this crit. It's 8. It's 0.8. This one, earth attack bonus. It will increase my attack bonus, yes. But I want the crit. Kasi this 0.8 will affect all of my crit. Never mind. I just remembered all of my crit is 50%. That's the reason why. So, now, I end up having these extras, right? I can choose to dismantle them, but dismantling them will just give me these, and that's kind of useless. Or, I can choose to upgrade them by using all of these. Now, the main issue that I have here, that I probably haven't complained yet with MU, because I usually complain everything with MU, whenever I see something that's totally hard to achieve for players, would be the leveling up, because it would require to have a lot of these, and getting summoning, doing the star mark summon is not that easy. So I am thinking the reason why I am not touching this yet is because I have a feeling, just a feeling, okay, that there's going to be an event that will help us with these. You know how they think, right? So it's just a feeling. I don't know yet for sure, but since this is not really, this is my least priority at the moment, I won't be touching this as much. So this one, since it's not affecting my inventory, this can stay here for now. Because I just really have that feeling that there's going to be an event for that specifically. I don't know if there's gonna be really, but we'll see. How to level Godhood fast? I don't know how to level Godhood fast, to be honest, Joffrey. I just make sure that I do my Trial of Gods daily, and then when I get enough of these, then that's the time that I work on my Godhood. But for now, I just stay with a specific level. And honestly, I'm so lazy. I'm seriously lazy in upgrading my Godhood, that what I would do is I would ask Heaven to open my character and then do the Godhood, and I will be using his character to farm. Because I don't want to keep on clicking, because if you refine using gold, there's a high tendency that you guys will get a negative, right? Pero it's effective that way. Tsaka ang tagal. It's so matagal. I find this task really tedious, so I don't really do it that much. I don't use my experience, by the way, to get Immortal Essence. I just do my dailies. Buy stone using alliance points and then emulate. I don't recommend that. I don't really recommend that because your alliance points is so essential. Because there are so many items that you guys can buy in alliance points. So many items. Like, seriously. What I could suggest, though, nothing. I can't really suggest anything for now. Because I don't like using my gems to emulate. Other than these. may nag-emulate na naman kanina. Hello, I am level 398. Soon I will pass to master level. Which awakening ability should I raise? And which element serves much more? I am diviner like you. Um, for element, your element will depend on the spirit that you're using. For example, if you're currently using a razor and then you check on the awakening, if it's thunder, then that means thunder will be your element for the meantime. The reason why I say for the meantime is because, like I said, the game is very diverse. So there's a chance that you might get a better spirit or you might use a different spirit. So the spirit would depend on the items that you are using. There's no, again, I just want to clarify, there is no specific element that is perfect for a specific class. It doesn't work that way. You can be a BK that uses fire, wind, water, earth, or thunder. It really depends on the stats that you're currently honing. So if you're honing, if you're focusing on honing um, thunder, then you work with thunder. But just make sure that everything stays balanced, like what I did here. As you guys can see, I focus on improving or upgrading my thunder, but I made sure that the other elements are as high as them. Don't leave them behind, because by the time that you make some changes on your character, you're the only one that will suffer. That's all I can say. So sobrang sorry if I'm gonna use Tagalog, but come on, demonic stones are expensive. You don't use that there, not unless you've maxed everything. And plus, probably those players that have already maxed these and then ended up emulating, the demonic stones and all that, etc. All those items, they're probably regretting it now. Because imagine I remember before when I asked when I went to ESGS, I met a developer and then we asked the developer, is is the spirit's max level, is it just going to be level 400? And they said yes that time. So in our minds, we're like, okay, it stays at level 400, we're all good. But we forgot to ask, is there gonna be an additional feature other than just upgrading or ranking it up? We forgot to ask that. So when Awakening came out and then this was important, those from servers 100 and below, they're probably regretting it now that they emulated their items. They're probably like, dang, they should have told us that it's gonna be used in the future. I should have kept it. I actually deleted mine. I actually emulated mine. What should I do? And I remember before, when we were starting, MU didn't mention to us that they will add this function called reset. The reset function. Like, no joke. Before, it was so heartbreaking for a player to switch one stats to another. Ang sakit nun. 'Di ba, guys? Do you remember? You own an Asher Flame. Asher Flame S-type. And then the talent stats was really, really amazing. And then what happened? Razor became the meta. When Razor became the meta, everybody was like, I really, really, really wanna switch my Razor, Miss Raya, to as my battle spirit. But my Razor is level 400 and it has a really, really good stats. My Razor, it has good stats, but then it's only level 100. What should I do? The only suggestion I can give you guys before, because even me, that's the only choice I have, was, well, I'm so sorry. The only thing that you can do is to recycle it. And if when you say recycle, it means it's gone forever, right? It hurts. Stop with the Garuda. Ano ba yan? Bakit naman kasi Garuda ang tawag sa West? Sorry. So guys, this is the Garuda. You like my Garuda? Ay, nako. Ate, paano i-ups yung elemental magic refinement? To be honest, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I haven't really seen that elemental magic refine thing. Haven't really seen it. Haven't at all. I don't even know, like, Kasi I always buy a lot of materials on a daily basis, so I can't remember, but if I remembered correctly, rank star 5 you would need 50 sacred stones to upset. I keep on scrolling here. My spirit gears, sure. My spirit gears are not sorry. My spirit gears are not amazing, you know, because it just started and I'm not really that farming that much. So I'm currently using rank 5, rank 6, rank 4, rank 5, whatever I pick up. That's how I do it. Like currently right now it's focused on defense bonus, attack bonus, but if I'm going to be choosing between attack bonus and then defense excellency, I'll choose excellency over this one. Ooh. I'm like, ooh, no wonder. And probably if you guys are gonna ask me regarding awakening, I'll probably awaken one everything first before I start working on awaken 2. I don't like awakening one specific item. I like everything awaken one first because all of them are balanced. So my spirit gears right now is just mediocre. I find it mediocre because it's just the items that I loot. Hi, quick question. T15 Kalima gears or T15 critical gears? When you say critical gears, are you talking about red gears? Or are you talking about lucky strike gears? I'm so sorry because you guys have other terms in your server. Here we pertain them as, you know, Kalima gears are the legendary gears, which is this one. We call this the red set. And then for the items with lucky strike, we call them lucky strike set. Hello, Bastardo. Welcome to the stream. Ma'am, in the earlier stages of playing MU, do you recommend LS set are better than Kalima sets like R6 to R13? Honestly, I prefer Kalima set over LS set. The only time that I prefer LS set was when it's hard to complete a Kalima set. Because, oh, thank you so much, Nicholas. I appreciate that you explained that to me because I have no idea. Okay, so just to explain, okay, for those players that are coming from West, Europe, and yeah, MU EU, MU West. I call the critical set as lucky strike set, so do not get confused, okay? So I personally use lucky strike set, okay? But if I have to choose between lucky strike set and Kalima set, I actually choose Kalima set. Now the reason why I choose Kalima set over lucky strike set is because of the set bonus. Once you complete a Kalima set, ooh, this is what you're talking about. Now I see. Later, I'll find it. later. I haven't really checked that, you know. So, when you complete a specific set, you will get the set bonus right here. And this makes your character really, really durable. Okay? It doesn't really make it so OP, but what I'm saying is, it helps your character's durability increase. You know, it increases it drastically. So, I like using a full set Kalima, you know, rather than Lucky Strike set. Now, the benefit of using a Lucky Strike set, though, is Lucky Strike gives you a much easier way on getting a higher rank item, you know, unlike Kalima. Because with Kalima set, for example, if you're using an R7 set now, it's okay. If you're using an R7 set now, and then you choose to switch to an R8, and good night, Bastardo. Thank you, by the way, for dropping by. If you choose to use an R8, it means you have to change everything from head to toe. You have to change your boots up to your helmet to R8. You cannot upgrade it. Even if you own 3 pieces of Kalima set of the same class, you cannot upgrade it, sadly. So you have to switch all of them. But with Lucky Strike set, if you end up getting an item with really, really good excellency stats, I want to show you guys something really, really quick. I haven't really used my baby for a while. This is one of my babies. I haven't used her in a while, but I just want to show you something regarding the critical set. So like I mentioned before, I have an archer. This is my archer. This is from server 28. I haven't really shown her in a while, but there's a reason why I want to show her now. So this baby right here is actually using what you call a critical set or a lucky strike set. Now, if you guys are wondering why I never switch into a Kalima set for this character, it's very simple. Look at the stats. Won't you stay? Won't you stay using a lucky strike set if you have a stat like that? It's amazing. No, just kidding. I just love the stats of my helm. That's it. So if you end up owning a lucky strike set and you can manage to create a gear that has this good of an excellency stats, stay. You can stay. But upon reaching Master 5, Master 6, Master 7, and you're capable of farming an R16 Kalima red gear, then you switch to a red gear. But you can keep this. You can keep this in your inventory for future use. You know, just in case an R17 comes out, just in case an R18, R19 comes out, and you feel that your character is not, you know, is much better fighting in an R16 or R17 Kalima or Lucky Strike set, then you switch to, you switch to a Lucky Strike set. That's why, even if I stayed playing on my archer, this archer, I probably will switch into a red gear, but I will still keep my Lucky Strike set. I have a complete Lucky Strike set which is focused mostly on the excellency stats. The only thing that I didn't really change was this one because of the defense bonus that I get from it. But if you look at it, if you look at the stats, most of it is just really, really, really balanced. So I keep it as balanced as possible, and then I kind of stop playing. And it still has diamonds. I totally stopped playing, see? Mas masakit po kung nakaka-LS set, pero need mo mataas na hit. Okay. I just wanted to do a quick comparison. If I can't remember the gears that I have here. Wait. You see how much materials I have? I have an S-class golem. And I stopped playing on this character, like no joke. I have 33 Archangel relics. Whoa. Sorry, I was like looking at my character and I'm like, whoa. Oh, I got compensation. If you're speaking por... You're welcome. To be honest, by the way, especially for the EU server, mi un poco comprendo español, pero mi español es malo. So that's the reason why I don't talk Spanish. My Spanish is so bad. It's totally meh. Pero mi un poco comprendo, mi un poco se habla, pero mi español es malo. So don't ask me to start talking in Spanish. So when you talk in Spanish, I might be able to understand a little, but not as much. Okay? Gracias. Sorry, I have to go back to my other character. This gives me good and bad memories. And hello, by the way, guys. So there. Let me go back. So you guys are coming from global MU, EU, MU West. Some of you guys, right? So I know that some of you guys may not be, especially for the West and EU server, some of the things that we have here, you guys might not be familiar with. But for the global, I think the global is a little bit more advanced than us, right? I haven't really tried global yet, nor the EU, nor the West, nor the Chinese one. Natabon. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Pwede ka naman balikan. Wala po ba kalima sa Spirit Gears? Wala. Walang kalima gears doon. West Global. Oh, I see. There's no kalima. Okay. For the gears, for the Spirit Gears, just think your Spirit Gears are comparable with your Mount Gears. They're the same. They don't really have Kalima set at the moment. I don't know if they are, MU is planning on releasing Kalima sets for those kind of gears, but for now they don't. They really don't. So we just stick with what we have. And I don't really think that there's going to be a Lucky Strike set too for those items. Have the Oh, okay. MU Global have the EU, West Europe, and East. Don't worry. Thank you. So that's okay. So now for the Filipino players, this is the reason why I normally speak in English, because most of the time, it's not just us. And come on, you guys, especially for the Filipino players, naiintindihan nyo ako, magtigil kayo. You guys understand me, so don't worry. I've been waiting for this moment. I waited for this moment for 2 points. Oh no. David, I just wanted to share this experience with you. Did you know that most of the players here in my server, they didn't really get the AA through rebate. They actually get it through events. So there are certain events wherein MU would actually release boxes like this, that the only thing that you needed to do is just keep on farming. And sometimes, on some of those events, they will provide you an option to get AA scrolls. Now, those AA scroll pieces, the AA scroll pieces, when you collect 10 pieces of them, you can exchange it. So, all you need to do is, especially if you're a free-to-play player and you don't really spend much, just just make sure that you keep on farming. AFK. AFK if needed. Tarot po, David. Mabilis makakuha ng AA. Di ako naniniwala dyan. Nakita niyo yon 27 AA, pinindot ko nga. Okay, so for this tarot, for this 5 divination crystal, which will probably end up becoming 10 later, and I will get kotong from heaven. Depende yan, kasi sugarol talaga ako. I will be using this divination crystal for only 27 AAs. I won't use it for anything else. I will only use it for 27 AAs. Let's see if I'm lucky. If I'm not, knowing me, of course, knowing how unlucky I am. Pero tingnan natin, malay nyo swertehin, di ba? Malay nyo nanonood sa MU. 27 AA naman, oh. Munting awa naman, oh. Have mercy, MU. I never really believed in the power of AA before. But once you reach 4 million and then you start using an AA, it's different. Even for the badge. If you guys cannot create an R8, R7 AA badge, it's not that bad to use a red badge instead. Because the only thing, okay, just so you know, the only thing that's I guess different between them would be the set, right? The set, there's also another set there, but it's not really that high, but they have the set here. And also, if you use a red badge, then you can get a better basic stats, just so you know. I don't believe that I will be looting a 27 AA today, but I have 4 divination crystals, so let's just focus. Maybe if I'm focused enough, What's your AA rank now, and how many AAs to reach? Oh, that's a good question. They're killing each other. My current AA right now, I'm currently using an R9, but I'm aiming to do an R10. I currently have two R9 Grimoire. So I'm working on my second one to make this an R10. And then after I make this R10, I'll push on making this an R10 as well. And I think I needed to have 81 plus 81 plus 81. That's what I remember. I have a list of that. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I have too much. Okay. Here's what I can do. Okay, because I cannot pull this out on my stream. I cannot open it. So what I'm gonna do for you guys is, if you guys check on my page later, I will be posting a sheet that shows how much AA you will need if if you upgrade to an R5, R6 up until R13, I think. No, I think I only did up until R12. So I'll try to do it up until R13, R14, R15. I don't know if that's gonna happen in the future, but we'll never know, right? But up until R13. And dang, that's expensive, like really. Oh, hi Roel, welcome by the way to the stream. So my AA is R9, and then my badge is R7. So I'm aiming for this to be R10, and then I'm aiming for this to be at least R8. The reason why I want this R8 here, because I want this silence. I kill you. No, just kidding. I want this silence, and if I reach R9, then I will have this critical bonus hit. Ooh, love the stats. Love the hidden stats. Can't wait. No worries. Like I told you guys, I have a habit of studying the game too much. I remember when I didn't have the PC before, I literally have 2 notebooks filled with MU information. And sometimes I would even go to my grandma's house, and it's like a couple of miles away from this place, and I would have it inside my bag, and my mom would be looking at me and be like, "Where are you going? Are you planning to study there?" And I'm like, "I will still be playing there." And she's like, "Why are you carrying a bag?" And I was like, "My notes are here." And she's like, "Why are you carrying your notes?" And it's like, "Just in case a new information pops in my mind. Why don't you use your phone?" And I'm like, "I can't. The game is on." So if that's addiction, then yeah, I have a bad case of it. 27AA doesn't come out though, bad though. Again, I will be using just the 4 divination crystal. I will just focus on the 27AA, nothing else. Let's see how nice MU would be. MU, just in case you're listening, I don't mind if I don't get the 27AA, seriously. But please, 100 points naman. Umay na ako sa 2 points. I'm really sick and tired of 2 points. Can't you give me at least a higher amount of points? Tingnan natin. Diba? Ayaw na to linobas the 27AA actually. It doesn't come out anymore. Choose moon and the star with 27. How can I choose the moon and the star with the 27AA? Oh, 27AA. Okay, I'll follow you, Geoffrey. If you say moon and the stars and the 27AA. Okay, I believe you. I'll believe you. I'll believe you. That's a really good question. I don't really believe in it that much, honestly. Why? I managed to make imagine, I managed to make my lucky strike 146% without owning a lucky strike AA, a lucky badge AA, and I'm not even using a lucky strike set. And I seriously despise a lucky strike. Like every single time I see lucky strike, whenever I refine my glyph, I'm like, ew. But I have no choice. It always comes out. Always. I choose square and pentagon. How can you choose when it's not even coming out? 27AA won't even come out. 27AA. Come out wherever you are. Uy! Na-auto-click ko nang na-auto-click. Ayaw na niyan lumabas. He doesn't wanna come out anymore. No. I'm like, no. Should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? 9? No. 9? No. No. 27AA. Raya, stick with your what you said. You said only 27AA. So the crystal should only be sweat on the 27AA only. Niiwasan ko magsugal eh. So 27AA tayo. 27AA. How do you know if it's square? Oh, ito. Should I? Yeah, I said every time it comes out, 27AA. Naiiyak ako. Malas. Hindi pa. I looted the 27AA before using a dummy. I was never really happy with it because it's on the dummy. Masakit lang sa dibdib. Masakit lang sa dibdib na you created the dummy and then it comes out on the dummy and then you don't even have it on your main. 27AA. 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 Lumabas ka! Ayaw mo lumabas eh, wait lang. Ako natin ng content, tugtog. Ay, lumabas sa 27AA. But AA. Focus on the AA, 27AA. Asan yung square? Naka-curious ako sa square na yan, ha. Ah, the square. Okay. Ay! Ano ba? Raya! I was looking at the refresh button. I just noticed the 27A after I clicked it. Raya, ba't ang tanga mo? Sorry guys, sabaw. Ang tagal ko inantay, lumabas yun eh. Tapos nung lumabas, nakakaasar. Ito yung square, pero wala eh. Wala. 27AA, lumabas ka. Ayaw niya lumabas. Sabi mo kasi 'di ba square? Natatempa ko. Natatempa ko. Ano nga ba 'to? Hindi. Sabi ko 27AA. Raya, stick with your word. 27AA. Wag matigas ang ulo. Tinatempt niya ako. Paulit-ulit siya lumalabas, oh. Hindi, 27AA lang. $27. Ayaw na lumabas. Malapit na. Eh. Ano ba yan? Ayaw nang lumabas. 37 AA. Ayaw nang lumabas, oh. Bastos na AA to. Tapos pag kinlik-click ko naman, may skip ko. Wala pa din. Wait lang. Ayaw ah. Pang forever lang yung inaantay mo. Totoo. Ayaw lumabas eh. Eh. Malapit na mag-yellow eh. Lumabas ka. Ayaw na lumabas sa 27AA. Nagtampo yung na-skip ko kanina. Ay, hindi. Feeling ko, kaya niya ayaw lumabas. Kasi pag lumabas na siya, bibigay na sa akin talaga yung 27AA. Ganon dapat yun eh. Ganon dapat yun. Mga pamahiin. Dapat pag lumabas ka, 27AA. Siguro do yung malulot kita. Hindi yung paasa ka masyado. Ayun! Ayan, square pa ha. Pag ito hindi ko nakuha. Sinungaling ka, Ruel! Sinungaling ka, Ruel. Sinungaling! Joke lang. Pero okay na din, 10 points. Kasi naman 2-3 points. Umasa ako dun, Ruel. May pa-square-square ka pa. Nakatatlo, ano ka? Hindi ko naman na-loot. Nungaling. Nanisin ng ano. Kasi, papaniwala eh. Wait lang. Ano ba tayo ulit? Last 27 AA bago mag LOE. And then when I start LOE, guys, I will be stopping the stream na ha. 27 AA. Pipikit ako. Pwede na din? Pwede na din? May halong sama ng loob din. Like, wala eh. Pero it's okay. I'm actually aiming for points. Because I want this one. I really, really, really want this one. Or this one. Looks nice. There's a skin that I'm planning to complete. Because before, I had this drawing. And that drawing actually represents my stream before. So, this is the combination that I was really aiming for. This one. Kasi I had this drawing and then I'm using the Agomorph. I have the Agomorph on my hands. And that was 2017. And MU wasn't even launched that time. Regarding the elemental refine discussion, here's what we're gonna do with that. Because, of course, it's getting late. And I'm not really, not really in the right mind for now to actually do that. Well, wala pa din naman ditong elemental refine at the moment. So, I guess it's not yet available for now. So, I can't discuss what's not really available, right? And shoutout po, pasabi kay Emmy Lodge na ibigay niya ng top up kong 4.5k Diaz. Nakararami na ako ng reklamo. Bakit? Kailan ka ba Kailan ka ba nagreklamo? Kung yesterday ka lang nagreklamo, normally 24 hours. Pero dahil Sabado, Linggo, medyo dehado yan pagdating sa kanila. Oo nga buti nga may 10 times refine na eh. Tamad-tamad ka pa naman dyan, lalo na doon sa kabilang account ko. I have like around 16,000 refinement stones. Now I can do at using gold. I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. Sobrang katams ko. I'm happy. I'm happy with that change. But anyways, it's already almost 12:30. I just wanted to thank everybody that actually joined the stream. If you guys have any suggestion with what topic that you guys want me to discuss or what you want me to focus on my stream tomorrow, you guys can let me know in the comment box. I actually read your comments. And again, I really, really thank you guys so, so much for tuning in. And see you guys again on my next live stream. Peace up. XOXO. Raya.